Hello student, I am Padma Doraiswamy and I am a biology teacher. Before starting the chapter, I just want to discuss about the syllabus of the class 12 biology class. Okay, so you people are having the 5 units. In this 5 units, there are more than 2 chapters are included. So first one is there is the reproduction, then another one is the genetics and the evolution is there. Third one is the biology and human welfare. Then biotechnology and its application is, then ecology and the environment. But all of the chapters are 16 chapters are included in your syllabus. So first of all, before starting the topic, I just want to tell you that there is a difference between the living and the non-living organisms. Now if we are differing them, then there is what? Some of the characteristics of the living organism, like as a respiration is there, circulation is there, excretion is there, and one more important, that is the fundamental one, is the reproduction. So today I'll start the 6th unit, that is the reproduction. In that there are the 4 chapters are there. So first chapter I am going to include, that is the reproduction in organisms. So reproduction in organisms. So this one is the first chapter of the 6th unit. Now here I am going to discuss about the reproduction, that is the definition of the reproduction, then importance of the reproduction, then types of reproduction, then basic features of the reproduction, characteristics of the asexual reproduction and the types of asexual reproduction. In that I will include the fission, then there is a budding, fragmentation, gamule formation, and there is a spore formation. These are, so first we are going to take the definition of the reproduction. So it is the process in which the fully developed organism is produced, the new one of its own kind. That means their offsprings are of the same species. This is the definition of the reproduction. So how the reproduction is there, but still means what? There are the importance of the reproduction. So first one is what? There is the maintaining the existence of life. There is means the importance of reproduction. Okay. So first one is maintaining the existence of life. As you all know, there is we are getting the life on the surface of the earth. If there is no life, that means what? It will be barren on the surface of the earth. So there is what? The reproduction is very necessary. That's why the life is existed on the surface of the earth. Number 2 is the multiplication. Multiplication is there. As you have seen that the organisms are day by day increasing. The new organisms are coming. That's why there is what? The increase of the organism. So the organisms are multiplying. That's why only there is the organism. Now here is maintaining continuity. So we have seen that organisms which are already on the surface of the earth, but if it is going to be vanished, that's when there is what? Maintaining the continuity, generation to generation, the organisms are coming from year to year. Now, if these ones are increasing, that time there is what? There should be setting up the balance in nature. So, fourth one is our setting up the balance in nature. If I will give one example, there is only the human being and no plant will be there on the surface of the earth. So, what? From where we will get the oxygen? That is why there is what? All the organisms are very necessary on the surface of the earth. Now, it also means what? Helps in evolution. Now, fifth one is helps in evolution. So, evolution means what? The old ones comes the new one, from means the simple comes the complex one. So, we are means what? Day by day developing ourselves. Then origin of the mutation. Now, sixth one is the origin of mutation. You know that mutation is what? Recombination of the genes is there. That's why means what? We are getting the different types of character from generation to generation due to means what? Recombination of the genes is there. Now, one more point is there, that is production of the hybrid. Production of hybrid varieties. As we are getting through the reproduction, the hybrid variety, that means there is what? The fusions of the gametes, and after that the new organisms are found, that is hybrid in form, but still means what? They are cope with the changing environment. That's why means what? We say that we are getting the new variety of the organisms, that is the hybrid one. So, let us go to the basic features of the reproduction. If reproduction is there, that is there is some changes are coming. So, we will go to the basic features of reproduction. So, there is first, if the cells are formed, that means there is a changes came. So, first one is what? There is a synthesis of protein, RNA and other biochemicals are there. That means synthesis of protein, RNA and other biochemicals. These one all means what? Coming into the cells only after the reproduction. If these things are happening, that means what? There is a replication of DNA is coming, that is DNA replication. If DNA replication is there, that means what thing will happen? Then the cell division will take place. That means the cells are dividing. Cell division. That is cells are dividing. That's why means what? There is a multicellular organisms are formed, all that. Otherwise, what thing is there? There is the other new organisms are formed. Now, next one we goes to the formation of. If cell division is there, that means what thing will be there? Cell growth will also there. Cell growth means what? The cells are becoming big, that means the full fledged, and there is what? The maturation will be there. So, if these things are happening, cell growth, then there is what? The formation of formation of the reproductive unit, that is the male and the female gamete, that is formation of reproductive units, that is male and female gametes. Okay. Now, if male and female gametes are formed, that means there is a formation of a new form, that is means the new offsprings are coming out. That is means the formation of the reproductive unit, that is male and the female gamete, that is there is one of means what, that new ones are coming. Okay. So, these are means what thing, there is the basic features of the reproduction. So, we have seen that the advantages of the reproduction, and there is what thing, there is the another one is the basic features of the reproduction is there. Now, there we will go to the now the types of reproduction. Now, types of reproduction. On basic pattern, if we are going to take the types of reproduction, there is what, the two. One is the asexual reproduction and second one is the sexual reproduction. These two are the main only, but as you are going to take the living beings, then we say that there are the four types of reproduction, that is one is the asexual reproduction, second one is the sexual reproduction, then third one is the vegetative reproduction and fourth one is the parthenogenesis. Okay. Now, asexual reproduction, there is means what, without the formation of gamete, and sexual reproduction, there is a formation of the gamete, and another one is the vegetative reproduction, that is means the reproduce through any part of the body, and parthenogenesis is means what, there will be the organism will take birth but from the egg but without fertilization, means these are the four types of reproduction. So, first we are going to take the detail of the asexual reproduction. So, asexual reproduction is what? The process by which the reproduction takes place without the formation of the gamete. So, there is what? This type of the asexual reproduction. But if you are going to take the asexual reproduction, there is also some of the characteristics. Now, first one is what? That first asexual characteristics is uniparental. That means only the single parent is needed, not the two. Another one is what? Gametes are not formed. Gametes are not formed. There is no formation of the gametes. If the gametes are not, that means there will be no fertilization also. That means fertilization does not occur. Okay. So, these are means what? That the characteristics of the asexual reproduction. If this one is there, that means what? There will be only mitotic division. If cell division is taking place, that is the mitotic cell division. That means the cell is dividing through the mitotic division from 1 to 2, 2 to 4, like that type of there is. Then there is one more thing is there, we are getting the daughters one, that means the newborn one, that is genetically identical to the parents, that is genetically identical to the parents. Okay. So, these are means what? The characteristics of the asexual reproduction. And there is one more thing, that multiplication of these ones are taking very in a rapid manner. Multiplication takes place in rapid manner. So, these are means what? That characteristics of the asexual reproduction. First one is what? Uniparental, that means only one parent is need. Another one is there is no gamete formation, that is the gametes are not formed. Then fertilization does not occur. Fourth one is mitotic cell division takes place, and fifth one is the genetically identical to the parents, and sixth one is multiplication takes place in a rapid manner. So, these are means what? The characteristics of the asexual reproduction. Now, we will go to the types of asexual reproduction. Types of asexual reproduction. So, there is what? First one is the fission. Fission is that process in which the organisms or the organism are divided into more than two, okay, more than one or more than two, that is called means what? The fission. So, first one in the fission is also, there are two types of fission. One is the binary fission. Binary fission, that is means what? Dividing into two. Dividing into two. Example for you take the amoeba. This amoeba is what? Like this. They are having the nucleus. This nucleus only what? The second time if you will go, the nucleus is going to be stretched like this one, and then the body, that is the cytoplasm, is also going to be stretched. Then there is the constrictions come between the cytoplasm of the cell and the nucleus also, and then there is, you will find that two baby amoeba. Okay. This one is means what? The binary fission. And there is another one is the multiple fission is there. Multiple fission, and that means what? More than two halves that organism body is dividing, that is means the multiple fission. Now, we will go to the binary fission. In binary fission, according to the plane of division, again it is divided into four parts. That is, first one is irregular. Irregular binary fission. which I already shown in amoeba, that binary fission, how the amoeba is means divided into two daughter amoeba. So that one is there. Another one is the longitudinal binary fission. Longitudinal binary fission, in that if you are going to take the euglena, this one is the flagella, like this it is going to be divided in a longitudinal section. Then third one is the transverse section. In transverse section, binary fission. So here if you are going to take the example of paramecium, like this it is going to be divided in a transfer section. Now if there is one more, that is the oblique. That time if this one is the organism, that it is going to be divided like this one. So this one is what? In a oblique way. So these is means what? The types of asexual reproduction, that is the fission. Number one is the fission. In fission there is a binary fission. Then in binary fission only there comes the irregular one, then longitudinal one, transfer one, and the oblique one is coming. Now we will go to the second one, that is the budding. Second one is the budding. It is the process of reproduction in which the body of the parent, there is a bird-like structure is growing. Like if you will take the example of a hydra, okay, this one is the, this one is the tentacles, okay, and here is what? One bird-like structure is formed. That is means what? The baby hydra is there. When it is mature, that is means detached from the body of the mother and growing in a full-fledged condition. Okay, this one is means the baby hydra is there. Now comes to the, if you are going to take one more example, that is the yeast. Okay, this one is the yeast, this one is the vacuole, this one is the nucleus. If it is going to be means multiply, then here is what? The bird-like structure is formed. That is means what? Like this it will form. Here is what? The nucleus is also going to be become long, and then the vacuole also, and after that you will find here is one of this one and another one. Here is also one of the nucleus and another one is the vacuole. One nucleus here and the vacuole, and then there is what? The two yeast babies are formed. That means they are already divided into two or more. That is means what? That the bird-like structure is formed. So third one is the fragmentation. In this, the body adult is going to be break down into apart from means too many parts, and that one only means what? Each piece is growing into a full-fledged condition. Wherever means the deficient condition is there, the deficient part is there, that is growing into a full one. So if you are going to take the example of a Spirogyra, roughly I am drawing that Spirogara. You all have seen in your books that how the Spirogara looks like. Okay. If I am going to means, sometimes say one example I will give, we go to the pond, there is already means what, there is a Spirogara is there, and we are splashing some stick is there, or otherwise we are means just throwing the stone, all that. That means that time they are breaking down. So if this portion is breaking down or this one, so what thing, it will be already developed into a new one, that is whatever the deficient part is there, that is growing into a full one. So this one is what we called it a fragmentation. Now fourth one is the gamule. Okay. This is also a bird like structure which is means born inside the mother, or you can say that the parent body only, and after that when it is means mature, that time it's all comes out from the body of the parent. That is if you are going to take one, these one already means found in the mostly in the sponges. Okay. Here if you are going to take, these one all are the gamules, that is the baby one. Okay, babies are there, and here is already there is what, the micropyle is there. Okay. Now what thing is there, through this micropyle when maturity comes, already they comes out from here and develop into a gamule, or means in a new formation of the baby, that is called the gamule. It is means inside of the sponges, mostly found inside of the sponges. Now come to the spore formation. Spore formation. Here is what you have seen, the bread. When we keep the bread, there is already the moisture also comes, and somewhat means what, the hot, that is the warm weather is also there. That time what thing, you find some rusty type, that is the grey color or the yellow color, some substances on the surface of the bread. If you are going to touch that portion with your hand, you will find some powdery substances. These are means what, the spores only. And then you this one, if you are not going to rupture this one, just means what, with any accidentally or with the help of wind, all that, they are breaking down, that is means the sporangia, that is breaking down, and from that only the spores are coming and spreading into the air, and wherever it is means getting the places where the favorable conditions are there, they will grow into a new one. That is means called the spore formation. Mostly it is found in a Protista, Monera, in all kind of these things. There is the spore formation of reproduction is taking place. Now what thing is there in asexual reproduction, what we have seen? We have seen there is a fission. Fission is divided into binary fission, and another one is the multiple fission is there. Then second one is budding is there. Fourth one is fragmentation. Then gamule formation and the spore formation. These all are the asexual type of reproduction is there. Now we will go to the sexual reproduction. So in sexual reproduction, it is the process in which the gamete formation is taking place, and through that only there is the gamete fusion is taking place, and after that only the new baby is born. That we called it a sexual reproduction. Now there is also two types of sexual reproduction. Types of sexual reproduction. So, first one is the conjugation and second one is the syngamy. Okay, this two type of reproduction is there. Conjugation means what? When there is the same species that is going to be producing the male and the female gamete, and when they comes close together, as you take the example of a Spirogyra, one more Spirogyra is there. This one, there is a bridge like formation is there. Okay. So, here is conjugation, tube is formed like this, the tube is formed, and after that what thing has happened? From here only the material which is means they are genetic materials that is attached with the another one, there is a exchange of the genetic material is taking place, and after that there is what? This process we called it a conjugation. Now, next one comes the syngamy. There is the fusion between the male and the female gamete, or you can say that the two types of gamete. One is the smaller one, that is you can say the male gamete, two gametes. One is the male gamete, another one is the female gamete. Okay. Now, if you are going to take the male gamete is it is small in size, small in size, and it is what? Somewhat bigger in size, bigger in size. This one is very active, that is you can say that motile, and this one is what? Non-motile. As you have seen in, if you are going to study in the human beings also, there is the sperm and the ovaries are there. So, ova is what? Bigger in size as to the sperm, and there is what? The sperm are very active, which is means what? Maybe you can say here is what? The male one is having the flagellum or a whip like structure.